Today I'm going to be removing an alternator from my 1985 Toyota pickup truck. It's a 22R engine, gasoline engine, 4-cylinder. And the alternator is right down there. First thing I'm going to do is take off the battery, negative battery cable there before I start. There's going to be a few things I'm going to have to remove to get to the bolts on the alternator. I'm going to go ahead and remove this section of the air filter here. I'm going to have to remove a coolant hose. It's right over the alternator. And then I should be pretty clear to start taking the bolts off. Okay, now I'm going to remove the coolant hose that is over the alternator. It has two clamps. The top one is here, the bottom one is here. I'm going to be using a 10mm wrench to loosen the bolts on the clamps. Now that the clamps are loosened, I can pull the hose off, and of course coolant is going to start pouring out, so I have a pan underneath to catch the antifreeze coolant. Okay, that's going to give me a lot more room to get to the retaining bolt underneath the alternator, the bottom bolt. And I'm going to go ahead and take this clip off here and this lead wire here that's bolted on the top. Okay, this top wire here is 10mm. Just take the nut off. It's got a washer, so I don't want to lose that. Pull it right off and place it out of the way. Next I can pull this clip off of the alternator. Place that, push that out of the way as well. Okay, the front of that retaining bolt is right below the pulley here. I'll be putting my socket wrench on that, and then holding nut, my wrench. After I get that off, I'll have to loosen and take off this adjustment bolt here, and that's the only two bolts on this alternator. Okay, now I'm going to take off the bolt here that is pivot bolt here, and I'm going to be using a 12 millimeter here. And that retaining bolt is still in place. I thought I would take the pivot bolt off and it would be easier to get it out, so I'm sliding the belt off now. Okay, now I've got a hold of the retaining bolt, and I'm just going to pull that out. Pulling it through the bracket. Shot of that. Alternator is free now. Now I got to figure out which way I want to take it out, either from the bottom or from the top. And I think I've got enough clearance here to do it through the top. And there it is out. So I'm going to take it now to the auto parts store and get a rebuilt one. Turn this in. I just got back from the auto parts store, and I had my old alternator tested there, and it tested bad, so I got this rebuilt one here. Cost about 70 bucks. Made in it's refabbed in China. That's strange. Or maybe it's not. And I'm going to start putting it on now. So I'm going to basically put this on the same way, in reverse, I guess I should say, that I took the old one off.